To fully understand why Bitcoin is so great, you first must understand why everything else is so broken. Let's start with the worst offender, fiat money. What is fiat money? It's a currency with no intrinsic value, not backed by gold, not backed by silver, just paper or digital numbers. Its value comes from one thing only: trust. Trust in governments, trust in central banks, trust that the whole system won't collapse. The key characteristics of fiat: no intrinsic value, government-issued and centrally controlled, legal tender by decree. Value exists only because we believe it does. Examples: the US dollar, the euro, the yen, the rupee, all fiat, all backed by nothing. Compare that with commodity money, like gold coins or silver bars. They have value because they're made from something real. Fiat money has value because a government says so. And what's the benefit of fiat? Governments can expand the money supply to respond to crises, stimulate growth, or fund wars. Sounds useful, right? But it's not for you. It's for them. Because when they print more, your savings buy less. Your labor loses value. And the people who benefit? Big banks, corporations, governments. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? They bailed out billion-dollar banks. They rescued reckless institutions. You paid for it through inflation, through debt, through lost opportunity. Fiat money is money by decree. It works because we pretend it does.
Get online or get on TV, and all of these Keynesian economists are in unison saying, yep, we have no choice but to print trillions of dollars and hand them to these bankers, because otherwise you won't be able to have bread on the shelves next week. So we have no choice but to give all of these bankers trillions of dollars and thank us for it. And everybody, all of these economists are just nodding. The Bernanke or John Paulson would go on TV and say, yep, we need 3,000 quadrillion dollars for a bunch of Wall Street banks. And then all the economists would be like, yeah, well, you see, they're right. Without the 3,000 quadrillion dollars for Wall Street banks, we would all be in bread lines that have no bread, and everything would fall apart. All the farms would stop working. All the food would stop working. Like all of those farmers and people who eat their food, they have no way of ever communicating or getting their goods across unless Goldman Sachs bankers make trillions of dollars every day.
Now let's talk about the other key player in this broken system: banks. We grow up thinking banks are safe places to store money. They lend, they earn interest, right? Not exactly. Most banks today operate under something called fractional reserve banking. That means they only keep a fraction of your deposit, maybe 10%, in actual reserve. The rest, they lend out. Or better yet, they create new money with it. Let's say Alice deposits $1,000. Her bank keeps $100 and lends $900 to Bob. But here's the twist. Bob's $900 didn't come from Alice. It was created the moment the bank typed it into his account. Now there are two people with spendable money: Alice with $1,000 and Bob with $900. Total, $1,900, created from thin air. Bob spends that money. Charlie deposits it. Charlie's bank lends most of it again, and the cycle continues. Each time, the system creates new money. This is called the money multiplier effect. From Alice's single $1,000 deposit, the system creates up to $10,000 worth of circulating money. But what if Alice wants her $1,000 back? The bank only has $100 in reserve. The rest is lent out, gone. This system only works as long as everyone doesn't ask for their money at the same time. That's the scam. And it's perfectly legal. Please take a moment to consider to subscribe to this channel. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Something like, "Hell yeah, Goat Brother 666," or some fire emojis. Also, share this video to other heavy metal Bitcoin maniacs. Together, we will make heavy metal and Bitcoin take over the world. Now here's the part that hits hardest. When you take out a loan from the bank, the money doesn't come from someone else. It's not from another customer. It's not from the vault. It's not backed by anything. The bank just creates it by typing a number into your account. And now, you owe it back. With interest. Take a moment to let that sink in. So while you work for your money, banks just create it. They profit from debt. You sacrifice for dollars. And every new loan devalues the money everyone else already earned. And still, we trust this system? Now let's take it one level deeper. We're entering the age of central bank digital currencies, programmable money, money that can expire, money that can be blocked, money that decides what you can spend it on. Imagine a world where a government can freeze your funds with a click, or limit how much fuel, meat, or travel you can buy, based on your carbon score. Want to go to Muscle Rock to see a wrestling match? Or to Maryland Death Fest catching water balls overseas? Not this year, mother. The money you are allowed to use for travel is already used for driving to work. It's not a conspiracy. It's a prototype. This is why Bitcoin matters more than ever. It's not just digital money, it's freedom money. Bitcoin separates money from state, just like the separation of church and state. Bitcoin says the state should not control your money, because when they do, they control you. Bitcoin is a monetary system that can't be manipulated, can't be inflated, can't be frozen. It's peer-to-peer, open, permissionless, borderless. And here's the best part. You don't need a bank account. You don't need approval. You don't even need an identity. If you have a smartphone and an internet connection, you're in. Over 1 billion people around the world have no access to the banking system, but with Bitcoin they can save, send, and receive money without a middleman. In a world built on Bitcoin, every Satoshi is earned, not printed. Every coin is backed by energy, effort, and real value. Bitcoin rewards long-term thinking. It encourages saving, it respects your time, and it stands against a system designed to keep you running, just to stand still. So where do we go from here? We are not there yet, but the shift has begun. People are waking up. They're starting to opt out of the old system, and once you understand how broken it is, you never see fiat the same way again. Break the chains of central banks. Unplug from the fiat machine. Get on the blockchain. Own your time. Own your labor. Own your future. It's a long way to the top, if you want to rock and roll.